6-3, yeah, whatever. I got about like 1, right? You've been up for 3 hours. Did you play Stellaris, or did you just talk to the robot for 2 hours? Yeah, Hmm. What is this, like 4:15? What is it, 4? It's 4:10. It's Monday, August 24th. Monday, August 24th, 2026. Huh. I think I got up at 1 p.m. I think I went to bed. What time did I go to bed? I don't know. Doesn't matter. I think I spent like 2 hours trying to understand. Well, it was at least an hour understanding the I didn't know that WWE sold they don't do the WWE network anymore. I mean, I never paid for it, and I never was going to pay for it, but still, I thought that sort of stuff was going to stay alive. Like the whole, like, does baseball sell like an MLB pass or a NFL? Whatever. Oh, it started because there was like you watched like 10 minutes of a YouTube video of the last WCW Nitro. It's like Sting versus Fat Ric Flair. Okay. I never liked Ric Flair, but then again, he was probably like more of an 80s wrestler for the people who liked him. La di da di dee da do do di dee da dee da do. So it was satellite trucks in the 80s allowed pay-per-view. And then what happened in the 90s? Satellite trucks got cheaper. And now it's all free. It's all filthy free. The communization, the mediocre. Well, it was always mediocre, but like, the mass mediocrization of media. Are you tired of living your own life? Eventually, they'll have 24-hour channels. You can inhabit another human being's life. That's probably. Isn't that the whole point? Because you were thinking of like channeling a character. You'd be like, are you an angry person? An angry blue collar? You can be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Are you an angry black? You can be Farouk. And then music is a form of channeling. A lot of songs are like musical channels. You mean like magical channeling, not TV channeling. You mean like channeling a spirit. I'm The Rock. I'm the cockiest character ever. I'm Hulk Hogan. I take vitamins, which are steroids. So the natural evolution will be people desperately want to escape themselves into a channeled experience of. Because, in the 90s, Stone Cold Steve Austin, if he did that in real life, he would get shot and put in jail. So it's a escapist fantasy? Yes. And Farouk is always going to be, Farouk, you better know your place, buddy. We are the nation of... You want to do like a joke about, like, they're a fake... Yeah, it's all fake. Yeah, it's like a... I dare you to kick your boss. So they just create their little fake channels, their fake fantasy. Taylor Swift is selling like, hey, are you a fat girl? You want to pretend you're a good-looking white girl? What do you think the Taylor Swift fans are? Do you think they're statistically like fat girls, or do you think it's like? Do you think the sorority and preppy girls listen to Taylor Swift, or do you think it's like secretly just like the fat girls who are like, I want to be Taylor Swift? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm not going to go do research. I'm not going to go to a fucking Taylor Swift concert. I'd look like a fucking creep. But that's a good question. Is it just like fantasy? Is it fantasy creation? If only I was the pretty white girl who was skinny. If only I could kick my boss while drinking beer. Wow. So mean. You're just so mean. Note, he did a high falsetto voice while doing those impressions. Uh-huh. Huh. Very funny. So it's like really late. But yeah, it's way too late to be biking. Do you want to go to Muscle Shoals? What are you going to do, buddy? I don't know. I don't know if I even want to do the outside curb because it's too late. There's too many normies up now. And the normies are all secretly fantasizing about running over cyclists, probably. Huh. Mm-hmm. You want to go to Muscle Shoals, or what are you going to do? I'm trying to think of a word that is the opposite of domination. We are the nation of domination. But really, they're just like scripted characters being given scripts. Yeah, that was going to be the joke if I could think of a word that rhymes with domination. It's like the complete opposite of domination. Yeah, it's not Jon Stewart, it's John Oliver. He's given the same script by the same, it's all written by the same people, right? That's funny. There's only one writer. Vince Russo? Yeah, probably Vince Russo or something. Swerve. So is that really what people are? They just want to be like, they want to channel they want to escape themselves into Taylor Swift or Stone Cold Steve Austin, or like some Farouk. That's really all. That's all media is. Really? Probably. I don't know. I was just making that up. What about like the old tales like Achilles or yeah, same fucking thing. People channel Achilles, or they channel some fucking stupid hero story or some fucking twat singer. Which is why it's propaganda. But all of existence is propaganda. I'm channeling Britney Spears in a plaid skirt. Or it's called copying. Any more ideas? I only watched like 5 minutes. That Euphoria one was not as one-sided as I thought it was going to be. I don't know. It was, I just watched the Sydney Sweeney parts in the last season, and then I didn't watch any of the TV show before that. Just the nude scenes. I thought that one trick where the guy put the apple on the girl's head, that's a good leadership technique. She was like smiling, she was like crazy happy because the guy shot an apple off her head. It's called it's a smart trick actually. Because she was like flooded with terror and then relief. Oh, she was a drug hero, right? Yeah, I didn't watch the show. I asked the robot to give me a summary of it. And then I did hear one thing on 4chan where they're like, didn't she? Yeah, she dies in the end, right? I didn't watch it though, so I don't really know. People were rooting for different characters based on what character they secretly wanted to win. Is it like the Ninja Turtles or something? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Do you think you're a Michelangelo or a Raphael? If you had to take the Euphoria characters and put them into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't know. I wasn't paying that close of attention. Which one was the nerd? There was the OC. There was that one nerd guy in the OC. I never watched the OC though either. Any more ideas? I have no idea. Do you think that's what? That's actually, you know, like that's why they have the people. Yeah, the sports events still do money, right? And they put the WrestleMania on like ESPN now. What the fuck? Because I was like, I didn't know the WWE Network went away. I mean, I never paid for it, but it just surprises me. So it's on ESPN now. Huh. Oh, and then Netflix does Monday Night Raw. I mean, I don't watch it, but still, it sounds weird. I know there was USA versus Spike. And then there was WCW couldn't get a content platform, and then Time Warner wanted to get rid of them because they were like losing money. Also, the late WCW was weird. I mean, I remember when they did the TV set change, and it was like I think they were trying to get rid of the NWO or something. I don't remember that. I didn't watch it, but like once every 2-3 weeks probably. I didn't watch it like all the time, but I remember that set. Was it like Jeff Jarrett? Yeah, probably Jeff Jarrett was in there. You gotta really see far ahead if you're gonna be like making the big deals, because I don't think they knew about the internet that much in 2000. 2001 was when WCW went out, right? Somewhere in there. And then he couldn't get the deal. That also happened to fucking TNA, right? The deals on the networks. You think the internet makes it better or worse, or it doesn't matter. Because if you think about it, Vince McMahon is just another version of like, he's a smaller version of like TNT TBS. He's a talent creator. He's a talent, what do you call it? Like a talent, he hires and fires talent the same way, you know, like WCW is a talent provider, but they got, you know, Time Warner was like, we don't want WCW anymore. So it's it's just the different levels of talent creation. Like gardeners or something? Yeah, you could make that argument. I can see that. Vince McMahon is a very feminine person. He's a gardener. Very funny. We have to prune some of the vegetables. You mean plants? You mean plants? Okay. Is that the end of this now? Oh, I don't know. That was the end. That was that right. And then there was the action figures. I want to hot glue that Baroness one. They make those. Some of those are very beady. That Baroness is dressed in a. The shit they sell to these kids. You know, I already looked at the movie. You looked at them like 2 days ago. Did you eat it? I ate 2 bowls of popcorn. And some Dr. Thunder. It's pretty good. Is there a lot of calories in 2? Is it a third of a cup or a quarter of a cup of plain kernels? Probably. I don't know. How many calories are in that? 200? What are those blue lights? I don't know. Your average human being will do anything to channel another human being escape their own existence. That's a mean way of looking at it. Go Obama! Go Trump! Go Stone Cold Steve Austin, man! Control the heroes and you control the universe, probably. Are Are you tired of trying to control 330 million people? Just control like 100 heroes and you've got it all. The new TV show called Heroes, and it's about a guy who controls all the heroes so he can control all 330 million people. That's a funny idea. So like, I got a Chinese guy here, and he controls all the Chinese people. He's a Chinese hero, and then I got like a redneck hero, Stone Cold, and then I got, you just have to buy off all the heroes. Fascinating concept for a TV show. Is Hayden Panettiere in it? No, she's dead. She died of an OD. Which hero? I don't know. The joke. That was a very mean joke. Don't reference her death so close to. It was like 5 days ago, man. But it's a show called Heroes, and it's about this guy. He controls all the heroes so that he can control all of existence. They're all bought off. It's all the same writer. Very funny. The person who's writing for John Oliver is also writing for Newsmax and Euphoria. Yeah, it's all AI robot probably. Everyone thinks Skynet's gonna take over with like war machines. Nah, they already took over. They write all the TV shows. They've got you guys boxed in so hard. The predominant part of the gardening system is not the shears. It's the fertilizer and the dirt and the sunlight. You don't even have to, the shears get pulled out, but that's not normally how you get rid of the stuff. Very interesting. Very fascinating theory. I'm a theoretician. I'm a theoreticianer. A theory creator. I'm a creator of theories. Hey, have you ever put a loaded gun in a baby's crib? Have you ever planted a tree of knowledge in an innocent garden? That's interesting. Very. Technically, you're not doing anything. You're just setting the stage. Very fascinating. Hey, look, I stack the deck. I don't make you play the cards, okay, buddy? I stack the deck. You play the cards, buddy. Any more jokes? I think you're done with that one, right? Hopefully. That LED light, it's like, I feel like it was supposed to be $20 and I paid $5, and I still kind of feel like I got half ripped off. Well, whatever. You don't have a lot of light in your room because you took those lights off for the, because the fucking chain broke, and then I have to get crimps and stuff if I'm gonna re-crimp the fucking top on there, and then I have to learn how to use a crimp. Well, I could probably fix it. It's been that way for like a year and a half too. So you've had to use like a lamp. So depressing. You depress me so much. I thought you said you weren't going to go down the main roads. Well, I guess I'm wrong. I played Stellaris for a while, and in the beginning, I think the most important technology is, for me, in my play style of like low energy, automation, because then you can just build shit and you at least get a quarter of the value out of it. Because otherwise, I had this other game I was playing, and I didn't have automation. And if you overbuild districts without automation, it's a big deal. But if you overbuild districts with automation, it's not as big of a deal. Okay. To be fair, I'm only playing on the second easiest difficulty. The first game was the easiest, right? And this one's the second easiest. So, you know, I'm not actually a good Stellaris player by any right. So I have like 4 planets. And one of them, a slave revolt happened, or something, like underground slave people or something. And then I got a volcano planet, and that one's one of those ones where like it's got 25% habitability, but it gives like double resources. And then the other 3 are like deserts and stuff, so they're good. And I was just like, one of them is just all energy, and then the second one is like, I'm gonna put energy on all of them because I was running out of energy. And then I'm gonna turn one into engineering or something for research because I need research. I feel behind in technology. And one's a Unity planet, so I have 4, right? Something like that. You need to get off this road, buddy. Hey, you want to take your phone out and put it in your backpack? I got a battery charger on it because it's got 30% batteries. Where you going, buddy? You wanna go to Muscle Shoals for me? I guess I am, now that I go this way. La da 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 dee da do. Heroes! I knew! What is it called? It's called a retelling, or is it called a, what is it? Is it a redo? What do they call them? Oh, I forgot. Is that what animal? Is that a cat? You should be careful. You saw a deer one time that weighed like over 100 pounds, and it stomped its foot at you, but it was a female deer. But it still stomped its foot at you, like it was trying to be all domineering. So you going to Muscle? What are you doing? I guess it's late, man. It's like really late. It's like 4:30, 4:45 right now. There's 5K worth of void worms in this one area. I just got destroyers. And if I had a fleet of 72, it would be like 3 or 4K of Corvettes. So that's a lot of void worms. Okay, that's boring. I think they keep recreating. And then I took over this one system and it had like 6 mines. It has like 30 minerals. And then there was this mineral event where they turn into living asteroids. That happened in your previous game too. And then I had to get a fleet, and because it was like 5 1K asteroid worms, so it's like 5K in all, but you could destroy them one at a time. And my plan was to destroy them one at a time and then heal the fleet. But the fucking fleet attacks one, and then I said after it destroys it, I send it back to the space station to heal, and it won't heal. It just goes to the next one. So then it retreated. I only lost like 10 ships out of 50, but still, the whole plan was like destroy one asteroid, heal, destroy one asteroid, heal, and it goes after like 3 or 4 of them, and then the fleet goes into hyperspace, so I lose it for like a couple months. That was fucking stupid. I mean, ideally I would have lost like 5 ships doing that, but I lost like 15 or 20 in all. Maybe 15, 20. But that's a really good solar system. It gives me like 30 or 40 minerals a turn. It's a good system. Where you want to do like East Florence, or do you want to go to Muscle Shoals? I don't know. I'll figure it out. So seriously, they can't make. There's not enough people in the WWE thing to make their own channel. Nah, they have to buy Netflix. It's being conglomerated down to like probably 2 or 3 companies. Huh. I don't have a horse in the race, but it's interesting. And then Netflix used to be able to give out passwords and stuff. You can't do that no more. I mean, I never paid for Netflix, and I've never even used Netflix, but I understand the concept. Why would you use Netflix when you can just like pirate it? Don't say that. I pay for Netflix. I'm a good citizen. I mean, I don't know. Do you think the content companies are happy or unhappy now the way the new? Well, what they do is they monopolize it, and then they get everybody onto like 1 or 2 platforms, and then they increase prices. Because Netflix used to be like $10, now it's like 20, and they give you ads. They gotta differentiate the market. You don't want to give like someone living out on the river doesn't want to pay $10 and watch ads. The new TiVo is the $25 subscription. When I was a kid, there was satellite TV, and they could have like 100 or 200 channels. And then the poor people had like 20 channels, and then the medium people had like 50. You gotta differentiate those products. What is the $50, $100 TV now? Oh, I don't know, man. That's a good question. It's all written by the same person, and technically it's all the same. There's a dog. There's a car behind you, buddy. So what are you doing? Where are you going? I don't know. You did this way last time, right? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go. You want to go on that road? You want to go on Broadway? You want to go on? This is a dumb road to bike on, by the way. You should get on that other road. That'd be smarter. La dee dee da dee da do do dee da dee dee da do. What is this one? That's weekly. Strongly and weekly. There's a doggy dog. It's a pit bullish looking thing. I think. I don't know. Pit bullish looking? I don't know. I'm not a dog expert. I've said this multiple times. I'm not a dog expert. Did you do that joke this morning where you were like, hey, As an individual, I do everything myself. I might have 1,000 dogs, but I do it all myself. I mean, it's fascinating. That was a funny joke, actually. You think you can cut up to the left over here? Yeah, that makes sense. I used to have a problem understanding. Is America an individualistic country or is it a populist sort of socialist country? And then it dawned on me, it's an individualist country because the people see the other people as dogs. So they technically, it's kind of like a populism meets individualism. That's it's an interesting way of looking at it. If other people are dogs, you're technically not like a socialist or a populist. You're just rallying the dogs around you. Which is how they can act all individualistic, even though it looks like there's a bunch of humans around them, but really, they're dogs. So, they're not people. Very funny. It's a trick also. If you're like in the Bloods or the Crips or the Walmart and you murder someone, you didn't murder a person, you murdered a dog. That's funny, that's probably true. What up, dog? What up, dog? That's very funny. They're thinking of renaming the cops into animal control. Whoa, good one, good one. I thought I heard a car behind me. Who controls the animals? Okay, so is this a Who Watches the Watchmen joke where you're gonna take who animal controls the animal control? That's a good one. Good job. Car behind you, buddy. Hey, there's a clean, concise joke in there somewhere. Who animal controls the animal control? Yeah. That's funny. There's a car behind you, buddy. Oh, here's a joke. You know why they don't like people talking to themselves? Because, like, the fun of being in charge is you get to boss people around. So if you had a person who created two identities, like there's the bitch me and then there's the supervisor me, yeah, that takes all the fun out of it for them. That's interesting. Have you ever looked into a person's eyes and realized they just like lording over other people and they don't even care about what they're saying they talk about? It's very common. Huh. Don't hit a bump on this thing and like have me fly over and die. Don't get me killed, buddy. He like flies over the handlebars, he breaks an arm, he gets like a broken jaw. You have a very vivid imagination. That's not your job, that's my job to look out for you, buddy. You're incapable of doing that, buddy. You're like an animal. You don't need to take care of yourself. The mass will take care of you, buddy. When the Democrats were in charge, they were like, you can be any sex you want. And the Republicans have decided to turn people into animals. Are you a domesticated animal? Yeah. I mean, that's, which is worse? They're both pretty terrible, to be honest. I mean, Do you really want to? I don't identify as a domesticated animal. Whee! How childish of you. Have you ever lived your whole life and realized you're nothing but a womb for the elites to fuck and use to create their own offspring? You're thinking of that one TV show where they had like the house nanny or whatever. The house nanny's existence is it's a version of a womb. I mean, not the pregnancy part, but like people live their whole life. They're basically wombs for other people. Fascinating. Which is kind of the communistic version of what they're saying. And then the Republican version would be like, you're not really a person, you're an animal. So there's two ways of looking at the same phenomenon. Fascinating. Did you spend your entire life wrestling for Vince McMahon to put money in his pocket? You know, he didn't even make the money because eventually he had to sell that shit to Netflix. He couldn't keep up with the fucking server shit. He was an expert, but he wasn't like a server expert. Yeah, he wasn't even the big fish in the pond, really. Probably someone you don't even know their name. Vince McMahon is a small fish. Is that the end of the joke now? If the people know the person's name, they're not really a big deal because those are just like distractions, probably. The real writer has yet to reveal himself. Is that a Godfather joke? Yeah. Our true enemy has yet to reveal himself. The true writer has yet to reveal himself. Fascinating. So I guess you're not going to Muscle Shoals. I guess not. Uh-huh. Oh, you had a number 2 joke. Who does number 2 work for? And you thought Riker was number 2. He's actually number 1. So the premise of the joke would actually be that I got him mixed up. He's actually number 1. Who does number 2 work for? Does Riker have a number 2? Hey, pull your phone out. Does Riker actually have a number 2? Well, he would be the XO. Riker was the XO. Who would be under the XO? There's technically probably not something under there for that. Maybe bridge officer. Whoever is the bridge officer after that, maybe, I don't know. Is there a number? There's no number 2. They probably just have the number 1 just for a reason. Pull your phone out and ask the robot. Robot. Technically, I bet it would be like, because they probably have like head of engineering, head of medical, head of, how many divisions do they have? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Probably not that. 4 or 5? What time is it? 5 o'clock yet? What time is it? 4:52. Star Trek: The Next Generation. There was Picard as the captain, and then Riker is like the XO, so he's number 1. So would there be a number 2, or would there just be like 4 or 5 department heads? Like Geordi was the head of engineering, and then the medical lady. How many people did the medical lady have working for her? Because technically she was like the highest ranked after, I think, Riker, right? Because of time, or was that only the old one before Crusher? Was that just the first one who had curly hair and was older? And who else were the other heads of the Enterprise? Because the only one I can think of are like engineering and maybe medical. So who would be number 2? Like the bridgehead, like Data or something? Or head of security would be Worf. And then who else would there be? Security would be one. There aren't any other, there's like head of astrophysics on Voyager. Or how many other sub-departments are there? Because isn't there one like, for like that episode of Tapestry where like Picard is like wearing a teal uniform? What is a teal, the light, the green uniform? What is that, head of astrophysics? Hmm. Well, that was boring. I'm now bored. Hmm. Hmm. Uh-huh. Is that a new door? I think so. Do 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 do. Oh, here's a joke. Remember, so you're just thinking of like, what were you thinking of? It'd be like a revolution. That you're talking about like 2016 or 2024. But you're just replacing one group with another. But you're like, hey, you know those people who are like, my kid wants to be a lady. You shouldn't have let them watch TV, probably. But they were lazy. They didn't want to let their kids not watch TV because they were lazy parents, probably. That's kind of mean. My boy wants to cut his cock off. Stop letting him watch TV. But then I'll have to parent my kid. I just like to put him in front of the TV and let him watch Euphoria. So really, the conservatives are just lazy pieces of shit who didn't want to parent their kids. Fascinating. They're making it seem really sexy if you're like a stripper or a dude who cuts his cock off and looks like a lady, supposedly. Uh-huh. Yep, that's how it works. Hey, they killed the druggy girl off. I mean, they did technically at the end, right? Uh-huh. Was there a fat girl in the first season who was writing like erotic literature? I didn't watch the first season. I only watched the titty scenes. Uh-huh. She's the one writing all this shit. Uh-huh. She writes for John Oliver and Newsmax and Fox News and Vince McMahon. Uh-huh. So some fat girl. That's funny. Did she die? What happened to her? I didn't watch the show. I just remember some lady wrote erotic fiction. Uh-huh. Did you know that that's all John Oliver and Fox News and Newsmax? They're just writing erotic fiction for you fucking retards. Huh. Vince McMahon's an erotic fiction writer? I think the writer would have been Vince Russo. Huh. Euphoria, season 1, there was like a fat girl who wrote erotic fiction. What happened to her? Did she get like kicked off the first season, or did she die? Because I never watched the first couple. I watched like a third or half of the final season, but I mostly just watched it for the titty scenes. So what happened to the fat girl who wrote erotic fiction? She's a plus size girl. I called her fat, and the robot's like, she's not fat, she's a plus size. Whatever. She's the one who actually wrote the whole story, probably, for all the. She probably wrote all these stories. Did you know this world is not actually GTA? It's actually erotic fiction. Huh. Written by a fat girl. I mean, plus size woman. Sorry. No, I only watched the AZ nude scenes for the first couple seasons, and then the last season, I would download the episode and I'd flip through it for like. I only watched like maybe half or a third of the final season. I'd flip through it, and I'd sort of skip parts. And I was also looking for titties in the last season too. I watched this. I saw a YouTube comment, a thing where it was like, Euphoria is propaganda. So I'm trying to figure out what each of the characters is propaganda for, because like that's why this is in my head. Because I was like, I only watched it for the titties. I didn't really watch it for the propaganda. And then now I got like a propaganda thing where like everything's propaganda, like Vince McMahon, and then the communists and the capitalists. It's all propaganda. And then my new theory is that there's only one writer behind it all, like John Oliver, and the writer for Fox News, and it's all the fat girl from Euphoria. She's writing all of this, and it's all erotic fiction. She's the one behind everything. Well, that was a fun propaganda. That was a fun conspiracy theory. Yeah, the fat girl's behind all of it. Does she control Taylor Swift too? Yeah, because you were making fun of Taylor Swift earlier. Because originally Taylor Swift is just like an exploitive skinny girl taking advantage of dumb fat girls. But what if the fat girl is actually writing all the stuff? Fascinating. Yeah, the world is not GTA. It's erotic fan fiction. Very funny. You already said that. So the Stone Cold Steve Austin story is like a erotic fan. Yes. And the Nation of Domination is erotic fan fiction. Yes. And what I can't remember any groups now. The Four Horsemen, they symbolize like 50. In the 90s, they symbolize like 40 to 50-year-old guys, right? Because they're all old. Arn Anderson. That's erotic fan fiction. Any other amazing ideas? That guy just leaves his database right open. Do you think there's information on there that's worth taking a picture of and selling to the Chinese or something? It's a veterinary clinic. You want to know animals' diagnoses? That dog's gonna die. You wanna? If you look at that sheet, you could probably find that out. Not a lot of OPSEC for like veterinary computers, I'm guessing. Are they sending Boxer to the glue factory? Maybe. Do you think they do horses there? Probably not. You want to go to the mural? Where you want to go, buddy? Yeah, I just remember I would skip. I think I did. Oh man, your light's going bad. You didn't charge it. That's why. So it's down to 1 bar. You need to keep enough of it so that if you have to go down like that one road, you want to put it on the charger so that if you do need to use it, you got it. Yeah. I don't come prepared, but I have a battery pack with a wire. Well, that's good. You should have just charged it. Whatever. 1 bar. That means you got like 10 minutes worth of battery probably left on it. Wasn't it 4 like 5 or 10 minutes ago? Yeah, probably. I told you that's a really shitty battery. It doesn't read the battery very well. Do you have any ideas? You want to just do it as a Euphoria conspiracy theory? That's not a bad idea. If you think about it, that's who was actually behind everything. Do you even remember her name? I think it was Kat. I don't remember. I just remember trying to flip through the show, and it would always be like a fat girl, and I was like, I don't want to look at a fat girl. I want to look at Sydney Sweeney's titties. So you did download it. I did download the show, didn't I? I don't remember. What am I looking for? You're looking for a battery pack. Where's my battery pack? It's in the backpack part. Is it still connected to the phone? No, it's not connected because you took the phone off. The fucking. So take the flashlight off. Connect the battery to the flashlight. And it's rode in your backpack. And then it'll charge. It takes like 30 minutes. It'll give me like half, probably. And then do you want to do the conspiracy theory? What's her name? Was it Kat? I don't know. She was a fat girl from Euphoria. So mean. I am pretty mean. You want to look at the name before you do this, or what? It's in the chat, right? Kat. Good job. I did research for this one. I forgot the day. It's Monday, August. Is it in the 20s? It's like 20 something. Probably 26 or 27. Fruit Walk, but this is actually a conspiracy about Euphoria, because there was a YouTube title called Euphoria is Propaganda, and I have a conspiracy theory about Euphoria, and it's I didn't never watch the show really. I mean, I just watched it to look at Sydney Sweeney's titties. I don't really know what the story was about. I know that you can see her titties a couple times, and then there's like a scene where she's on a carousel. She's like riding a carousel, like a vibrator or something. And then there's like some scene about her crying in a bathroom or something. And then there's like a scene of I don't remember how many other titty shots are there. There's like she's in a swimsuit in a bathtub, a hot tub or something. And I mean, I just watched the AZ nude scenes. I didn't really watch the show, but I think I did download it one time. And there was like a fat girl, and I was like, oh, fat girl, and I keep changing I go forward, 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 you know, on the VLC, and like 1 or 2 seasons of that, and then I downloaded the last season as it came out, episode by episode, or every 2 weeks I might download an episode or two, and I'd watch like a third or half the episode just to try and understand the cultural milieu, whatever, zeitgeist, same. Zeitgeist is easier to pronounce than milieu. Also, I don't entirely know what a milieu is. Is that like a soup stock or something? Whatever. So I'd watch like half or a third of the episode and I'd flip through it. I was like, I heard a rumor that she was going to become like a stripper who didn't want to be a stripper. And I was like, that's going to be hot. Because then she's going to be like a stripper who's crying. And there's nothing hotter than a stripper who cries while stripping. And they didn't do that. I was really disappointed by that. So here's my conspiracy theory. The fat girl from season 1 was like an erotic fiction writer. And you ever watched like a Fox News or CNN or like wrestling or any of this shit? It's all written by the same person. The person who writes for John Oliver and writes for Fox News, it's all the same fucking writer. And there's just like, they're just fucking faces on the front. So like, instead of the world being like GTA, it's actually, this is an erotic fiction novel written by a fat girl. So that's what the whole thing the whole time was really just a story written by a fat girl. That's a erotic fiction. She's actually the master of the universe, probably. Do you remember what her face looks like? No, I don't. That's kind of where the conspiracy theory comes from. I can imagine Sydney Sweeney's face. I can really imagine her titties, but I can't remember her face. I can't even. I just remember she was fat. I don't even remember what her face looked like. And I had to look it up, and her name is Kat. So that's actually who's behind all this. She writes for John Oliver and Fox News, and she probably writes for Putin and Zelensky. Yeah, everything is erotic fiction now. Stone Cold Steve Austin is erotic fiction, and the Nation of Domination is erotic fiction. And what else is? Oh, it's all erotic fiction. The Republican Party is erotic fiction. The Democratic Party is erotic fiction. The Communist Party, it's erotic fiction. All written by a fat girl. That's very offensive. You're very offensive. Yes, I am. And that's the genius of it, because I can't even remember her face. And she wasn't even in the last season, was she? I don't think so. I don't remember it that well. So. There was a black guy who shot an apple off a lady's head. And then there was some lady who fucked a celebrity. Yeah, that was Sydney Sweeney. And then there was, but I can't even remember the fat girl's face. So she was probably in control of the whole show / universe. Fascinating theory. Fascinating theory. Humans like erotic fiction. I'll tell you that. These humans love their erotic fiction. Well, that concludes Euphoria conspiracy theory. Fruit Walk. That's a pretty good one, actually. I kind of like that one. Well, that was fun. I hope you had fun, buddy. You just blew the lid off the whole fucking cat. Once people realized Cat was actually in control of all of this. I mean, it is a degenerate show. Of course. The elites always write degenerate stories. Do you expect the elites to not write degenerate stories? Huh. I've never read 120 Days of Sodom, but I can imagine it. Huh. So there's NPC theory. That's the theory that everyone's in a book or everyone's being written. Everyone's a character in a story. Yeah, that would be. Hey, it's no more crazy than NPC theory. You know, it's not. It's about the same. It's kind of similar actually. You really can't remember what her face looks like? Nah, I just remember she was fat. That's not nice. I told you, man. It's a good camouflage. It's a good camouflage, probably. I mean, everyone knows. I bet a lot of people know Sydney Sweeney's face. But you know, if you found out that she was, you know, that's a good disguise. That's good camouflage. You have any more jokes, buddy? People are going to think you watch. I just watched it for the titty scenes, okay? I never really watched it. And then at the end, I was like, because I'd heard some 4chan threads. It was about like culture and shit. And I was like, what is this about? Hey, they're working on that in the middle of the night. Well, it's like 5 o'clock. It's 5:30 probably. 5:15. I mean, that would actually be, if they were going to, what is it called when they redo a TV show? Oh, it's called a rehash, a reboot. The word you're looking for is reboots. When they reboot Euphoria, the ending is going to be the fat girl wrote it all. Have you ever wondered why the world's so stupid? It's erotic fan fiction. Is there water going off right there? What's going on there? It's more the water sprinkler on or something. Huh? Is it leaking? I'm not gonna mess that because they'll accuse me of doing it. I'm not gonna go touch it. Is it a leaking from upstairs or is it a faucet? Yeah, imagine that. Like you come back and like your house is like flooded. It's a lot of damage. Yeah, you're hitting into normie time. These are normies. They don't know that the fat girl wrote all this. Fat girl wrote all this. Yeah, that's funny. It ain't over till the fat lady sings. Good connection. It's Monday, right? I think it's Monday because this morning was Sunday, or yesterday. The last time you went biking, it was Sunday. So today is Monday because you know what comes after Sunday? Monday. It's just another manic Monday. Wish it was Sunday. That's my fun day. I don't have to run day. Just another manic Monday. Stop singing. That's a terrible song. Well, it's Monday, so it's like the song for the day. You know who writes The Fat Girl? The Fat Girl is actually written by Todd Howard. Oh man, you did that seriously? You think it was a woman? It was like it was a white male. There's a whole hierarchy of who's writing who's. She's a scripted character. She's actually like a sub-program that Todd Howard wrote. He's got the ability to write like script writing characters now. He got tired of writing scripts for characters, so he wrote a program that writes scripts for characters. Is that the story of, is that Westworld? Did you just steal Westworld's plot where the one lady becomes a scriptwriter for the other Yep, that's all I did. I just stole again. So all this was inspired by like a YouTube clip of like, it was like a 10 or 20 minute video, and I watched like 2 minutes of it. I flipped to the middle of it. It was like, is Euphoria propaganda? It is. It's 100% propaganda. But I mean, everything is. I mean, look at these like little lion paws. That's propaganda. That White House up ahead, that's propaganda. Yep. Cars are propaganda. Clothes. Yeah, once you see it, you can't unsee it. What was John Oliver whining about? The title said it was about subscriptions, so he's probably going to whine about how everything's bleeding you to death, like Netflix, and I can guess what he's going to say without even watching the video. He's going to be like, your phone bleeds you, Netflix bleeds you, everybody's bleeding you. I mean, that's my guess. I don't know. I didn't watch the video. At a certain point, you just become like, I can guess what this person's going to say. And you sort of zone them out. They don't like it. They really don't like it when you look at them like, you're not going to say anything new. I've heard your story before, buddy. And then you just start ignoring everybody. That's pretty funny. It started off as a useful convenience. And then eventually I was like, oh, I don't remember what anybody said. I just assumed you, Are you going this way, or you want to go? Is this closed? I think it's closed. I think you're not supposed to be here. I wasn't paying attention. I was zoned out. I'm pretty sure that there's a street. You're saying like street lights and street signs are like, yeah, they're just like people, sort of, you know. Fascinating. Any more ideas? Was Paul Heyman actually cool? I mean, I used to think he was cool, and then I realized, you know, he just ended up being a promoter for fucking Vince McMahon, right? He never went back to being like, but then again, was he good at it? I don't know. Maybe the knife against his throat made him better. You know, because when he was in ECW, he always had a knife against his throat, right? Now he just seems like a fat guy. But I mean, I don't really watch it, so I don't really know. I can't really say that for a fact. How many? What if Vince McMahon did that? He buys a company out and he has like 3 or 4. He had that one guy, the WCW guy. Yeah, he collects executives from his old rivals. What a Chad. You mean Bischoff, right? Yeah, Bischoff, and it's kind of humiliating for them. It's kind of sad. Does he allow Vince Russo around there ever? Did he ever make amends with Vince Russo? That's a good question. Probably not. Jeff Jarrett, I think he did. Did he ever make amends with Jeff Jarrett? Ooh, I don't know. You want to ask the robot? Maybe. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Vince McMahon famously made amends with like Eric Bischoff, and he basically paid 10 or 20 years for uh, Heyman, right? So like, Did he ever like mend the fence with like Jeff Jarrett or Vince Russo? Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. 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 Did Jeff Jarrett like lose all his company? Because he was like TNA president for a while. I watched like half of a Vice documentary where he was like, I was drinking beer and I got a belly gut, and then I started drinking vodka, and that was like the 2000s where like he ran his own like TNA thing, and then he got kicked out. Did he get kicked out by Dixie Carter? And then so he didn't have he what did he do after he got kicked out of TNA? more ideas? Oh, so I didn't know that. I thought he was drinking in the first one. I thought that the way they made it sound was, but I didn't watch that closely. Dixie Carter kicked him out. Ha ha ha. What did she come from? Like oil, or what did she come from? I don't remember. Where did Dixie Carter come from? I never even watched TNA. I only know this from YouTube videos. What did Dixie Carter come from? Like, what did she come from? Because I mean, I only watched like the Vice documentary like halfway probably, and I thought he was drinking when he was hooking up with like that one lady, Kurt Angle's wife, but I wasn't paying that close of attention. Energy. So oil. I said oil. Panda. Oh, that was it. Panda Energy. So they make like Chinese energy. Energy Power Generation Company. Well, that was boring. Entertain me. Wasn't the story that I thought the story was like Jeff Jarrett? They would all drink after the fucking shows. Yeah, and Jeff Jarrett was like, because that's a good way of controlling people. It is, isn't it? So the thing that he used to try and control the wrestlers became the thing that, yep, that's the beauty of it. It's a double-edged sword. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. Very poetic. You're a poet. Do you think the world could work without people like purposely setting other people up for failure? No, it would never work. The whole system is designed around you're like, hey, have a drink. Fascinating. What's milieu mean? Is it like a soup stock? I don't know. What is a milieu? What is a milieu? Is it like a soup stock or like a theme or atmosphere? Is it like a zeitgeist, or is it a what's the H.P. Lovecraft term for stratosphere or whatever? Okay, so it's like the cultural blah blah blah. Soup stock. It's okay. So when you're interacting with someone, look how the word sticky is a fun word. Sticky is a simple analogy. Some people are sticky, some are not sticky. Do they have the crazy in their eyes? They could be like crazy. You think Jeff Jarrett had crazy in his eyes? He probably did. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if he did. Vince McMahon's got some crazy in his eye. Yep, he does. That fat girl probably has the most crazy. Yep, that's even better. What was the one in True Detective, like the Zytosphere or the rust, the thing where he's talking about like this is like it's like a, what was that word? That was a Lovecraftian word. Psychosphere. What is it? It's called the psychosphere. A supposed collective psychological mental atmosphere surrounding a place of humanity. Okay. Noosphere. Noosphere. No, new N-O-O. Carcosa. Okay, I know what Carcosa is. Huh. I'm Carcosa. I am Carcosa. I don't remember. Is that the yellow? I don't even know what that is. I know it in the show. I don't know it from like Love. And I'm not gonna read Lovecraft either. What is it? What was it called? I forgot the word. I was like, you're talking about the sphere thing. I already forgot it. You have no flashlight. It's charging. It's charging right now. Have a drink. Fuck Kurt Angle's wife. That's a rumor. I think they'd already broken out supposedly. That's what the Vice documentary told me. But that's written by a fat girl, so I don't know if I trust it. You think that was after the fact? They're trying to like whitewash it? Probably. It doesn't matter. Do you think Vince McMahon's daughter killed Test? Yeah, because they were dating. And then, or do you think Triple H did? Oh, good question. Test didn't have the testicles to pull it off. Triple H is probably like legitimately a psycho. And then, what is it? What was her name? I don't remember. Vince McMahon's daughter. What was her name? Oh, Stephanie. So she was like, this guy's got balls. And then she's like, oh, you're a bitch. And then Triple H probably killed his testicles. Or maybe it was Vince, or maybe it was Stephanie. Wouldn't surprise me. I mean, that sounds like something an erotic fan fiction writer would write. You disappoint me, Test. I thought you were more cool. Shut it the fuck up. Stephanie? Yeah, it was Stephanie. You got to remember their names. If you're gonna write erotic fan fiction, remember their names. It takes people out of the moment if you can't remember their names when you're writing an erotic fan fiction, which makes me a terrible erotic fan fiction writer. I can't remember any of these people's names. Yeah, the boss's daughter, whatever her name was. She was like, I don't like that one. She walked up to Test and she was like, I don't like that one wrestler. And she expected Test to like get him fired or like beat the shit out of him, something, get rid of the guy. And he was like, shut the fuck up, Stephanie. And she was like, she ran to Triple H probably. That's probably what actually happened. That would not surprise me. And then she had Test killed. Uh-huh. Huh. I sexually identify as a fat girl fan fiction writer. Huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Everyone always, when the guys turn into ladies, they always turn into like the, well, no, that's not always true. It's always the guy always wants to turn into the hot lady. Uh-huh. The real power is the fat girls who write the erotic. Really? Well, some of those guys look pretty ugly when they turn into girls. Some of them try and look pretty. Uh-huh. It's a good question. Mm-hmm. 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 I mean, statistically, the ladies who are in charge are probably like 40-year-olds married to a dude who has power, and they probably don't look like bimbos or Barbies anymore. They're probably ugly and like 40 or 50, similar to the same age as their husband. And they're the ones with real power. It's not the bimbos and the black plastic Barbie dolls. It's the fat, ugly girls who probably have all the power. Huh. That's funny. That'd be like a gossiping fat lady. Yeah, they probably have all the power. Huh. Very interesting. Everyone thinks it's like Taylor Swift. Nah, she's just a puppet of some fat lady, probably. After she gets off stage, she has to eat the cunt of like some fat lady. Huh. That's very. You're really going down the erotic fanfiction angle here, aren't you, buddy? Huh. My sexual fetish is a pretty girl eating the pussy of a really ugly lady. That's my new fetish. Huh. The next president, yeah, because like Melania, is it Ivanka or Melania? I always get it mixed up. Ivanka is the mother. Melania is the younger. They're both way too pretty. They don't have any real power. They're just trophy wives and trophy daughters. The real power would be like an ugly lady who's like, I'm the president of the United States, and then they have like a really, really ugly lady. That's interesting. Very interesting. Ugliest first lady. Huh. Do you want to ask the robot which has the ugliest first lady? Well, I can't think of that many. Reagan, like Hillary's not like ugly. She's not pretty, but she's not like ugly. And then Reagan's wife, I don't know, what did Reagan's wife look like when she was younger? And then that Bush, the first Bush, it depends on what they looked like when they were 20. Melania is a little too hot to be a first lady. She is actually. That's kind of odd. And then Reagan's was old. And then what was before that? I don't know what Carter's looked like. What about Nixon? I don't know what that one looked like. Johnson? I don't know what that one looked like. JFK? She was a hottie boombalati, right? I think so. Hottie boombalati? Yeah. Good one. It doesn't matter. Very funny. Very, very funny. if you had to associate one political party with trophy wives, for example, Ivanka or Melania, or Ivanka Trump is more like she's like one of the prettier first ladies. Who has the trophy wives more? Democrats or Republicans? I got them mixed up. Okay, whatever, same thing. Okay, whatever. Hottest pieces of ass. Presidential hottest pieces. Huh. Very funny. You're so funny, buddy. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you're gonna make a sex joke about like politicians, right? There's gonna be. Am I allowed? Was I supposed to stop there? I don't know. I don't think so. Uh-oh. Yeah, you were. It's getting to be normie time. You actually have to follow the rules in normie time. Huh. Yeah, this is bad. Oh, so your joke was gonna be the Bay of Pigs? Oh, JFK let like the Russians fuck his wife, huh? And then Trump's gonna do the same thing with like Putin. I don't. That's you got to throw both in there, otherwise they'll accuse you of being partisan. You wanna crack at old Jackie? You wanna crack at old is it Melania? I forgot. It's Melania is the wife and Ivanka's the daughter. Hey, Khrushchev or whoever was in charge. You want a sample? You're a dirty motherfucker, aren't you? You want to ride the old pony? Putin's wife is Putin. Does Putin have like a 30-year-old or 40? He's getting old. Isn't he like 70? Oh, I don't remember. I have to look up the year. Was he born in like 57 or 61 or 58, 52, 53? I don't know. Doesn't matter. As a human who is tired of trying to learn new facts, I like to just learn the important families. And then you learn the important families, and then you don't have to learn new facts anymore. That's interesting. Are you tired of facts constantly changing? Just learn these important families, and in 20 years, 50 years, they'll still be important. Very funny. Very funny. You're very, very funny. Any more jokes? I'll think of something. Do dee 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 da do. Any more jokes? I'll think of something. So you're just gonna bike for like an hour and a half today, right? I think so. I don't know what time it is. What time is it, buddy? Hey, buddy, what time is it? Tool time. La da 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 dee da do. Dee da do dee 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 dee. Oh, you already did that joke where like, oh, however you think or feel is exactly what God wants you to do. Because you're doing the whole like, yeah, because they want you to think. The people in charge want to turn you into a feminine thinker. That's interesting. So thinking is by its very nature a female activity. Because you're really thinking about what someone else would think about, right? So if you care like what the Islamists think about, or what the Christians think about, or what the Democrats think about, or the Republicans, you've been turned into a female. Interesting. That sounds a lot like there are no rules. Yeah, you really are just your genetic makeup, and there's nothing else to you. But so you really shouldn't be using like thoughts. Thoughts are useless. You should just go 100% gut. I'm bringing back O'Reilly. Yeah, the Republicans hate O'Reilly because he was like, use your gut, and they don't really want you to use your gut anymore. They're like, you need to take this estrogen, and think. So thinking is estrogen based. Yeah, that's funny. What will my husband think? Very funny. Or to use the master dog, because technically these aren't people anymore; they're just dogs, right? Yeah, because the people at the top see them as dogs, and very interesting. They do it. They're individuals. They're they're an individual with thousands of dogs at their disposal. You just got me winded going up that hill, buddy. I'm gonna walk this out actually. Where do you want to go now? You want to go to Walmart? You want to go to the Petersville Walmart? It's not a bad idea. Get some donuts or something. I used to think people were people, and then I realized 98% of them are just dogs. Uh-huh. You should be careful. That's something a serial killer or a sociopath probably says. Uh-huh, it probably is. Huh. Mm-hmm. Ruff, ruff. Old Yeller. Don't say Old Yeller after you just said 98% of people are dogs. Uh-huh. Old Yeller. Uh-huh. That's funny. Hmm. He went to the farm up north. Uh-huh. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Did you know Animal Farm was actually written by Stalin? He considered all the people under him animals. That's a pretty good one. Stalin never killed a person in his life. He only killed animals. Huh. Good job. How you gonna have to bike on this fucking crazy road? Yeah, I will. I'll make it. You can do it! Says Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider was complaining about Seinfeld, and Seinfeld is supposed to be like a non-PC comedian. So why is Rob Schneider throwing Seinfeld under the bus? I don't know. It's all just written by some fat girl, probably. Why was Rob Schneider making fun? I thought Seinfeld was always getting in trouble for being non-PC. Oh, you can't please these people. They're all insane. Actually, I'm going to ask the robot that one because that's a seriously semi-legitimate question. I thought Seinfeld was supposed to be the more. He put his foot in his mouth. And Rob Schneider is the like really shitty comedian who's never done anything funny. Well, whatever. I mean, not. That's a mean version of him. Is he actually funny? He probably is. I don't know. I think he's compromised personally, but he seems like the sort of person who would do something stupid on videotape, and then someone would have videotape of him doing something stupid, and then get him to do anything he wants. When they called him the Stapler, that's actually a joke about how like they have blackmail material on him, and they can literally get him to do anything. I have no evidence for that. That's just my hunch, based on his personality and how he had fucked up eyes in this one interview. There was like a YouTube video, and it was like Rob Schneider shitting on Seinfeld. I thought Seinfeld was like people didn't like Seinfeld because he was not making PC correct jokes. And I know Rob Schneider is supposed to be like the right wing comedian, or he's So what was going on there? Why is Rob Schneider shitting on Seinfeld? He's Jewish, probably. Huh. Okay, so I guess I'm half wrong on this one. Hmm. Whatever. Okay, so you going to Walmart, buddy? Do you have your lock on you and stuff? I'll figure it out when I get there. So, well, I mean, Schneider is not. Seinfeld's worth like $500 million, and Schneider's probably worth like under 20, probably 5 or 10. So like, there's Seinfeld can take the hit better. That's probably what it's about. Schneider's like, hey, he's not foot to mouth, but he's closer to hand to mouth, not foot to mouth. Have you even watched any Jerry Seinfeld shit? Cars and Coffee. I watched that. That's old though, right? That's like 2014, 15, 16. Oh, there's a car behind you, buddy. Any more jokes? I don't think so, man. I need a drink. I need a drink. What do you want to get? I've only got half a Dr. Thunder left of 2 liter because I drank a lot of it this morning. I had popcorn and Dr. Thunder. It's pretty good. Dr. Thunder is really good. For $1, you get 2 liters of it. Do 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 dee 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 da do. Did you already talk about? Yeah, I don't know. I was watching this thing. I was listening to this thing about Ukraine, and I thought that Ukraine was like kicking ass. They were destroying all these trucks, and then I found out that like Putin is basically he has like 90% missile efficiency now because they can't shoot any of them down. So I don't know who's winning that one. I can never tell. I think it's just gonna be a 5 or 10 year slog. It's gonna be at least a year before they start getting anti-missile missiles again. I think you already talked about this. Good old Putin and the double tap. So what happens? Oh, I have no clue. I have no clue where that thing's going. I think it's going to be like a 3 or 5 year war. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 more years. But I'm making that up. What if it ended tomorrow and you're like, I look stupid now? Oh, that'd be pretty funny. $10 years? 10 years is too long. Technology will change a lot. AI is going to change a lot in the next year or two for the individual. The personal assistant will be like all the middle class people will have personal assistants within a year. They probably already have them. You're just behind the times. I mean, you technically never even used Alexa. You actually can't. You don't even know what these people are doing. It's not good because you're just looking at road stuff. That's true. You're actually like, what if the stuff you were talking about people had already done like 3 years ago? That'd be pretty funny. What percentage of those $400,000 houses have like the people come in and say like, the guy gets home and he's like, who came to the house today? And he has a video and it shows all the people that came by the house that day. I think my wife's cheating on me. Here's a video of who's fucking your wife. Here's the milkman plowing your wife, buddy. I'm so behind the time. Oh my god, that guy could have turned right and then he would have been fucked. Hey, do you want to see a video? I got 5 videos of different people fucking my wife. Here's the UPS guy. Here's the pool guy. It's a new fetish. It's called home video cuckolding. That's cool. You think that already exists? Yeah, probably. There used to be underground fight clubs like in Lionheart. Hey, do you want to see my whore wife get fucked by 5 guys? You're staying on one topic too long there. Here's the personal trainer. Pool guy. UPS. They don't have milkmen anymore. What else is there? Oh, grass guy. Here's a lesbian video of the neighborhood wife borrowing some sugar. These pants keep falling down. Tie them up. How much is that doggy in the window? Roof, roof. The one that looks like a human. Hey, Sydney Sweeney's like a dog in that one OnlyFans thing. Yeah, she is, isn't she? What is that shit? Air Whippet? Air freshener. Okay, I thought it was like someone was huffing air duster while driving. Fucking they weren't. Boring. Have you ever whiffed air duster while driving? It's a good tactic. How much is that dog in the window? So you're talking about like cars? The car has a window. It does, doesn't it? How much is that dog in the window? The one with the waggly tail. Oh, yesterday, it was this morning or yesterday, you were talking about the whole, what was the theory? It was called, never say the person who did it, always like use like, hey, in an alternative reality, this is what someone did. So you always do that. And another one, always, it's like if you're going to put a camera on yourself, don't say like, hey, I don't trust you fucking niggers. Say, oh, I did something really bad in the past and I want to make sure that I don't do it again because if I have a camera on me, I won't fuck up as hard, you know? Is that a white lie or is that, I guess it's a white lie, I don't know. You gotta be careful around niggers. And there's 8 billion of them on this world. That's why you gotta have a camera on you. Or a gun. But guns don't work that well because then you just have to shoot people and then a bunch of niggers will come by and be like, why'd you shoot that nigger? So a camera and a gun is probably your best bet. Very funny. Don't say nigger. That's not a nice word to say. But that's what humans are, aren't they? Don't they all come from Africa? You love that joke way too much. 8 billion of them. 8 billion of them. Very funny. Very funny. Did you have a flock camera joke? I think you already did the flock camera joke this morning or yesterday. Yeah, I did, didn't I? Fuck. Does this thing charge? You don't need it. It came off the fucking hook. How many light bars does it have? Oh, it didn't charge any. Because it came off the hook. You can put it back on there. You got a rubber band, buddy. I do, don't I? Rubber band, baby, rubber band. Put it to the thing and connect it up. There you go. There you see, you have to put the rubber band on there. Did you bring your keys? Do you have keys? Where are your keys, buddy? Buddy, where's your keys? Are they in the other pocket? Are they? Where'd you put your keys, buddy? You didn't bring your keys, did you? You don't have your keys. You have your lock, but you don't have your keys. There they are. Good job. You got your keys. I'm proud of you, buddy. Good job, buddy. Good job. I'm the best. I brought my keys. 10 out of 10. You just gonna leave the camera on like you did last time at Walmart? Yeah. I'm not going around these niggers without a camera on me. Give your wallet on you? You wanna bring your water bottle with you, buddy? Yeah. I don't want someone poisoning it. These niggers will poison it. They will, won't they? Okay, why are you not going in there? Go into there. Go in there. And this goes like here. You gonna take anything else off your fucking what did you Someone's got to police these niggers. You're funny. Do you think they'll have like muffins? What do you think they'll have? I think they'll have what was her name? Her name was, there's Baroness, and then there's what was the one with the pole? They had that for like $10. They never got it down to $5. If they did it for $5, I'd buy it. They don't have it anymore. Think they have any cool shirts? No. Did you ever wear the Reaper shirt? You got a Reaper shirt now. He's cheap? Where's the cheap shit? Here's cheap shit. How cheap is it? Sorry. What are you? A Hoover, huh? $100 for a Hoover 1? What's a Hoover 1? It's a, oh, that's cool. I can't ride that. I weigh 250 pounds. And they can only, laser range. Oh, laser rangefinder. I want one of these. That's too much. The evolution of a slingshot. What? Huh? Okay. Soul pack? It's a solar battery pack. How boring. Barrel cleaning rope. Adapter. Hey, ooh, this looks cool. What is this? Cleaning patches. Not that good of a deal. Embrace debate. .50 caliber arrow tip. I've never seen bullets in the cheap ammo. Oh shit. No, some. Oh, it's $1.56. You want to get one? No. What are you in this out for?
Stop by your business center today or shop online at walmart.com/vision and tag eyewear on your list. Earn extra cash delivering groceries and packages for people right in your local community. With Smart Driver, you'll deliver orders for Walmart and Sam's Club customers. Neighbors just like you. Stay local, choose the trips you want, and make great money while helping your community stay stocked and connected. You decide when and where you drive, all while keeping things close to home. Ready to hit the road? Sign up today at sparkdriverapp.com. That's sparkdriverapp.com. Spark Driver opportunities are for independent contractors. Drivers are not employees of Walmart and Sam's Club. Want to know what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite shopping destination? Then to Walmart World Radio Podcast, an exclusive look inside your incredible community. This is Walmart and Sam's Club Radio.
What do you want? I thought I wanted some. Oh, that's a lot of chocolate. That's too many. You'll die eating this. You can throw them in the freezer. 355. You're gonna have to hold that. Oh, you must drop that. Boring. If you freeze them, they'll last a while. Then you have to eat all 12. Zingers. Do you have any chocolate ones? Nope. No chocolate zingers. What else do you want to get? You need yogurt because you have a bunch of blueberries and you don't have any yogurt. It's true. Or is it blueberries or some sort of berry, a frozen berry? How about hammer? Nope. You need to get that. If you get that grill working, you can make hamburgers that are better. Those oven hamburgers suck. Huh. Fascinating. I didn't see anything. Oh, fascinating. Maybe steaks? Oh, you don't need a steak. They don't have anything on sale either. Nope. Well, that concludes this run. YouTube channel idea. Rename your channel America's Funniest Home Videos. America, America, this is YouTube. Red, white, and blue, all the things you do. Very funny. You better take this thing off. Oh, that's not going to fit very well. Yep. Red, white, and blue. All the things you do. America. America. I think they already make that. Like they have like Fox News, stupidest criminals. They already do that shit. You should bring like Tupperware with you so that when you buy these donuts, you can throw them in Tupperware because you can't put this in your backpack. It's a lot of work. America, America. This is you. Who killed Bob Saget? Like he was way too young to die. He was assassinated probably. Was he drinking and he like fell and hit his head on the back of a toilet or something? I think that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. You're good. Crank it up, aren't you? So you just crinkled it up and threw it in your backpack. Yep. That was the play. So now you're gonna unlock this. You gotta take those lights off too, and you're gonna take the backpack off. America. Really stop that. See. What else do you have in your? You still have your keys in your pocket. You have your you have your phone and your keys in your. You didn't put the lock in there either. You should have put the lock in the fucking backpack too, buddy. And you can put the camera on the fucking bike. I can do that, can't I? Red, white, and blue. All the things you do. America, America. This is you, cute. Go put the fucking keys in there too. Yeah. So you created a video. You had 2 video sets you had to create from those, like, because these things come out in 10-minute chunks. So you have to combine them together. So like a 3-hour video would be 6 times 3 would be 18 chunks. And then you had one you created where you went to killing, and then that took like an hour to make, because that was like a 4-hour video. And then you were making one when you started uploading that one, which was like 11 gigs. And then you were making the one while uploading. You were making one that was like 2 or 3 hours But you still have like 2 that you could go back and make. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Ooh, Hegel joke. You want to do a Hegel joke? Yeah, I like Hegel joke. They say Hegel is of the left, but I'm going to say it's neutral, but they'll call it from the left. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Let's try this. You want on the phone? So pulling the phone out. The stapler. The phone. Ah, shit, I forgot how this joke goes. It's a Hegel joke. It's a Hegel joke. So the premise of this joke is like, in Hegel, the master is always fat. Like, the master is always fucking fat. And he no longer does the work anymore because he's like, he sits on the porch or he sits in the office. He's the master. But he's like, and the people who do the shit, they spend 30, 40 years getting good at it or something. But the master when he was a kid, like his dad probably showed him for like 30 minutes how to do it. So like if anything, when the master comes around, you're not so. One of the things they know how to read is like, is this person scared? They only know how to read confidence or not confidence. They don't know how to read anything else. They don't even know how to do this shit anymore, probably. So like, the master comes out and he's like, the people picking cotton, and he's like, oh, that one's scared, so he must be doing something wrong. But, in all honesty, think about this. You could spend 30 or 40 years learning to do something, and the master only spent like 10 minutes being taught how to do it one time. You should be terrified of a guy who can learn to do something that takes 30 or 40 years for another person to do, and they can learn it in 10 minutes when they're like 10 years old. So you should be terrified when you're around them, even though that's the only thing they read is that, they only know how to read fear. They don't even know how to do this shit anymore. I'm pretty sure the fat guy can't pick cotton anymore. That's funny. So you're trying to pollute the only thing they know how to read is fear. They don't know how to read, they don't know competency versus fear. They can only read fear. They've developed their pheromone senses where they can smell that fear. That's the only thing they look for. So you've got to learn to like suppress, because suppress the fear, or because they literally don't know what competency looks like. That's not very nice. But you should be terrified of them. They spent 10 minutes when they were 10 learning how to do something that'll take another person 30 or 40 years. You should be terrified of them. They're completely different than you. That's fascinating Hegel theory for you. Yeah, I don't know. But isn't Hegel also like the Napoleonic great man and the? Yeah, it can go either way. It's not really right or left. I think I've heard more right-wing people talk about Hegel being bad, but I don't know. That's interesting. That concludes my thoughts on slave-master dialectics. And I mean, you should be terrified. If a person can learn to do something that another human being takes 30 or 40 years to do in 10 minutes when they're 10 years old, you should be terrified of those people. They're literally not even of your species. They're like the LLMs and the AIs before humans even before these LLMs and AIs. They can learn something that would take another person 10 years in like 10 minutes. That's a dirty joke, man. That's pretty dirty. Oh, the LLMs have existed for thousands of years. They were called the elites. It's a funny joke. You're so funny. Yes, I'm very funny. You want to ask the robot if it thinks it's funny? I'd have to open up the program. Dear robot, is this a funny joke? Dear Hal. Hal is so nice. You know, in 2001 they make him seem so mean. Okay, so the premise of the joke is the elite can learn to do something in like 10 minutes. Like an elite can be like a guy, he never picked cotton, but he learned how to pick cotton by like when he was 10, he learned how to do it for like 10 minutes. And then someone can spend like 20 or 30 years learning to do cotton picking. And so if anything, you should be terrified when the master comes around, because they can learn to do something that takes another human being 10 or 20, 30, 40 years in like 10 minutes when they're like 10. So they were almost like LLMs before computers and AI and all that shit came out. They were just like the chat GPTs, because it's kind of a Hegelian slave master dialectic joke. It gets the joke. Okay, I left out the part about like the pheromones and stuff, but whatever. I need a drink. Get some Dr. Thunder. Oh, Dr. Thunder, you're a doctor. Ooh, you want some alcohol? Wine? What is that? Wine? Some wino? Uh-huh. All the things you do, America. Do you want to ask the? Did he hit his head, or did I just make that up? The part where Saget hit his head. I don't know. I hit my head one time when I was drunk pretty hard. I could have died technically if that's how he died. Did Bob Saget die because he hit the back of his head on something, or did they ever figure out why he died? So he was assassinated because, like, assorted pig chops. $1.68. That's pretty cheap. So would you rather have assorted pig chops for $1.68 or a Tony's Pizza for $3.48? I don't like Tony's Pizza because it's like cardboard, I'm assuming. If it's not self-rising, I'm too good to eat pizza that doesn't self-rise. So you're a snob. I'd rather have 2 pounds of pork chops. What do you think assorted pork chops are? I don't know. Is it just like random cuts or, Oh, I don't know. Food makes no sense. You can get a pound of meat, or you can get like 5 Reese's for $2 now. Yeah, I think they just make the numbers up sometimes. You think, let me see, can I get this? There's a bunch of grass in your fucking brakes. Did I get the grass out? Got a lot of it out. Yeah, so he's assassinated, definitely. He got hit in the back of the head, and they put him back in the bed. Was that guy an Uber? I think I was an Uber. Oh, there's another car coming, dude. Red, white, and blue. All the things. Oh, shit. Any more jokes? I know a lot of jokes. Hey, there's a Wild and Crazy Kids joke you were doing. Do you remember what that was? I think you just like singing the song, right? It was like, "Hey, Donnie!" Or one of them was named Donnie, right? Oh, I didn't even realize that that's Donald. You're talking about Donald Trump, or you talking? No, one of the kids' names was Donnie, I think. I didn't even think of that till just now. Huh. What was the Wild and Crazy Kids joke? Oh, I don't remember. I have to think about that one. Was it like a Ukraine joke? Were you comparing like Ukraine to Wild and Crazy Kids? It might have been that. I don't remember. Hey, today we're gonna shoot water balloons. Part of the black team, part of the red team, part of the orange. That could have been what it was. I don't remember. I forget most of your jokes. Wild and crazy kids. Whir, 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 whir. There's a car behind you. I hate this road. This is a bad road to bike. Hey, Donnie. Which one was which? There was like a black one. There was a red-haired girl. There's a white dude. Was there only 3 of them? I don't remember. Were there 4 of them? 3 of them, I think. Wild and crazy kids. Oh, that joke went dirty, didn't it? Yeah, it went dirty fast. I think it was like, today we're gonna get the red team. I don't remember how the joke went. You shouldn't have named that. You named that video "Searching for Titty and Killing." That's a good name. It's clickbait. Yeah, I like clickbait. Clickbait is did you know that 99.999% of life is nothing but clickbait? So like find like one thing and you're like so like Scarlett Johansson nude, and you just talk about like a movie scene. It's like a 4-hour video, and there's like a 5-minute section where you talk about like, she was never nude though, right? She was like old when she got nude. It was like in that Alien movie or something. So you'd be like, the name of it is like Scarlett Johansson nude, and it's like you talk about that movie she was in for like 2 minutes, and it's like a 4-hour video. That's genius. You're a genius. Did I ever tell you that? Wild and crazy kids. Wild and crazy kids. Can you combine that with like America's Funniest Home Videos? Oh, were you talking about missiles? Yeah, they're gonna get all their missiles through now. Did I already talk about this? I don't even remember. They can shoot all the missiles they want. Ukraine can't do nothing about it. Didn't like 10,000 people die because of the V2? Oh, I think so, yeah. Is that a fair comparison? No. V2 is just an unguided missile. with a big warhead. The ones they're shooting are like guided. And they're not as big either. Oh, my fucking taint is scratched. I scratched it too much. Don't scratch your taint or you can't sit down. That's a t-shirt idea. It's actually a parable or a metaphor. Yeah, it is. Don't scratch at your taint. The smart people know how to not scratch at their taint. Because if you scratch at your taint too long, you'll have a hard time sitting down. That's supposed to be meaningful and deep, right? Yeah, it's a deep and meaningful expression. Look too long into the taint, and the taint looks back into you. That's funny. Scratch too long at the taint, and the taint will scratch you. That's another good one. Good job. I mean, you're literally talking about your taint, and you scratched it, and you're having a hard time sitting down on your bicycle seat, but it sounds a lot deeper than it actually is. That's funny. Any other jokes? I know a lot of jokes. So did you have fun, buddy? Yeah, I did. I got some donuts. I got Dr. Sunders. I got 6 cake donuts. And 12 glazed. I'm gonna throw them in the freezers. And that way I don't have to eat all 12 of them. That way I can eat like 2 today, and then I'll probably eat like 6 today, and then I'll eat 6 like 2 days from now. I'll eat all 12 in the next hour. Whatever you say, buddy. Little buddy. Little buddy. Hey, buddy, 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 buddy. Did something just bite my leg? Yep. Huh. Mm-hmm. 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 Hmm. Oh, you were just doing a whole rant about whatever. I'm done for today. I'll write it down. And what time is it anyway? Like 6:30, 7? It is 7:10. 7:09, buddy. You think your camera has the right time on it? I have no clue.